Good morning. Welcome to Spiritual Bridge. This is pick a card readings for the week. What does your energy look like this week? How can we help it to raise up, get better, feel good, have a joyful week? So this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. And if you take a couple of minutes to focus and see where you're drawn to, take a couple of minutes, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, see where you're drawn to, then we can start. So in the meantime, my name is Bridgitte. I am an intuitive energy healer, and energy is just who I am. I'm an energy girl and I love energy. So if you still need more time to focus on which one you would like, then please pause now. Otherwise, I will begin. So let's move 3 out of the way. Let's move 2 out of the way. And we're going to go to pile 1. So pile 1, what is your energy for this week? What can you do to help your energy this week to be able to attract the things that you're interested in attracting? So, pile 1. May this card be for the highest good of pile 1. May you receive the information you need, and may you be open to receiving it. Okay, pile 1. So, let's do them one at a time. Pile 1, we have the 2 of spades. The 2 of spades is a message from spirit, and the 2 is a message of love is all around. So love is all around is all about love being all around. the universe, spirit, ancestors being with you and really supporting you at this moment and wanting you to know that they are with you. The thing about the 2 is that you, at the moment, the feeling of the 2 is that you feel alone and unsupported. And the 2 has come out to tell you that that is not a truth. It may be what you're feeling at the moment, but it's not a truth. And to acknowledge the truth so that you can change how you're feeling. So that will be your message for this week. We'll see what this one is. So there is love all around. And when we pay attention, we see it. So the universe, for me, it does not stop talking. It constantly talks, even through these cards. It's just constantly talking to me. So the 2, well, not just to me, to everybody. It does not stop talking. So I want you to kind of pay attention. I feel if you notice something, you've noticed it for a reason. So it's not necessarily for you to go out looking for signs and saying, oh, is that a sign, or is that a sign, or is that a sign? I think if something just comes in front of you and you notice it, for me that is a sign, because the fact that you noticed it out of everything that you could have looked at, the fact that you looked at that means something in my own ideas. It means something. So how can you receive messages from spirit? I'll give you a list of some of the ways, and just be open to how you would receive messages from spirit, because we all receive messages in the ways that suit us. So I'll give you some of the ways. You may have number synchronicities. You see numbers, let's for example 1313 or 1331, or you just keep seeing a random number. I know the other day I paused the TV and it said no, I didn't pause the TV. I sent a message or something, and the length of the time of the message was, I can't remember the minutes, but the seconds were 37 seconds, and the time that I sent the message was something 37. I don't look at the time and the how long the message that I recorded was. I don't generally pay attention to things like that, but if I did notice it, then for me, it's for something. So the significant thing for me in that was 37. It came up twice. That is a synchronicity for me. So I had to think, okay, what does 37 mean? And then I actually checked, I think, to see, okay, let's see what other people think about the number 37 and see if they have an idea that makes my idea even better. So I went to check, what does that mean? And the only reason I went to check was because it caught my attention. It wasn't just something I saw, it just caught my attention. And other ways, you might be looking at the clouds and something, you see something within the clouds. What does what you see mean to you? How does it make you feel? What's the first thing that pops into your head when you see it? An animal comes in front of you. What does that make you think of? How does that make you feel? Who does it remind you of? What could the message be that it's giving you? Oh, there are so many different ways that we can receive messages from spirit. So, and we're all unique. So we all have our own ways, but that's a kind of general idea of how we receive messages from spirit. And the whole idea is that when you receive the message from the spirit, you're understanding that there is no separation. We are part of the universe. We are not just here as human beings living on earth and not part of anything else. We are not just, we've not just been plunked here. We are part of all that is, and our energy is really important to all that is. Not just humans as a collective, but humans individually as well are very important, because we're not just human, we're energy. We are part of all that is. So the more you connect to the signs around you, the more you feel like you're part of more. The more you feel like you're part of all that is. So the two is just in this duality of being something more than what you believe yourself to be, being something more within the universe, connecting to that something more, feeling the love of that something more, and allowing it to guide you and show you where to go. But this is a feeling of being unloved and unsupported. And generally, when we feel like that, it's ourselves that kind of is thoughts that we're thinking that bring us into this kind of energy. Because let's say, for example, you wanted to start a new job, but the people around you didn't really have confidence in what you wanted to do. They didn't feel that it was going to be successful for you, but they don't know that. And you have to kind of walk forward knowing what you feel. And if you feel that that's the right thing for you to do, then if it's not causing any harm to anybody else and you know that you can do that, it's not going to be at detriment to yourself. For example, you just decide that you're going to up and leave a job and you have no other income coming in. I mean, it could work, but it depends on the energy you've got. If your energy is worrying about the job that you have, and then you come out of the job that you have, and then you're worrying that you don't have a job, then you're in no better situation. It's not helpful. So whatever you're moving into should be moving you to a place that you feel more comfortable, you feel happier, you feel like you're moving to somewhere that is more helpful to you, happier for you, more open to you. The universe is always there helping, always there guiding. So pay attention to where you're being guided. Yeah. And then we have the Jack of Spades. So the Jack of Spades is another spirit message. This is heavy on spirit. And these are beautiful messages as well, because, I mean, love is all around. I mean, how much more beautiful can you get? And the Jack for me is this really beautiful, kind-hearted, a heart-based person. You are not into physical, really. You're not into material. That's not your kind of world. You're into really working from your heart and wanting to help other people and wanting to love other people and support and guide other people. You are a universe. You really are. The thing is, though, you get caught up with feeling like you're human. You get caught up with feeling that I'm not good enough. That's the Jack. Know your worth. I'm not good enough. I'm not strong enough. I'm going to fail. It's just like this inner bully. The Jack is this inner bully that is constantly telling you of all that you can't do, all that you're not good at doing, all that you would like to be, but don't feel that you could ever be. That's probably why the 2 has come out with it, that there's such a strong feeling of just not knowing your worth and not knowing that you are strong enough, beautiful enough, clever enough, bright enough, um, pure enough, loving enough, caring enough, kind enough, intelligent enough. Oh, I could just go on and on and on. The Jack is just my favorite one. It's just that because it's such a heart-based card for me, it is the biggest heart-based card for me. You give everybody so much love. One of the reasons you're probably low in energy, that you are feeling that you're not connected to everybody and anything, is because you give so much to everybody else and not enough to yourself. You don't give yourself a chance to recharge. You want to help everybody and look after everybody and shine your light on everybody else, but you're not shining it inwardly. You're not shining it from your kind of essence outwardly. You're shining it from kind of surface to everybody because you don't feel you're good enough for that. You feel that it can't come from you. It's only coming from universe, but you are universe. You are part of all that is. So it is coming from you, but you just don't trust in that. You feel that within you, yeah, you're just not good enough. You're not worthy enough to do anything by yourself. What's really interesting as well is that is definitely movement for you. If you look at both of these cards, there are 4 spades on each card. That's 44. And if you look at this, I can't see it. It's here. It looks like an 8. And then I've put it here, which is sitting right on top of this that looks like an 8. So, your world is going to change in such a beautiful way. Oh, wow, this is really, really, woo. 4, the message is ready, steady, go, go, go. Whatever is making you feel that you cannot connect to yourself, that you are not being loved and supported, that you are not able to move forward. That's what you're being asked to do. Move forward, thinking in a positive way and knowing, not just thinking and believing, but knowing that you are in an amazing place. You are beautiful. You are shining light. You are helping everybody. And know you are worth everything. You are worth all that there is. So believing in that, the universe is changing your world. The 8 is all about the 8 and the 4 are about the universe changing your world. The 4 is kind of in a smaller version, but you've got 4, 4, and 8, and 4 and 4 is 8, and then you've got the 8. So it's just so like so much. So your world is changing around you, and maybe it is changing around you already. Very likely it is changing around you already, and that could be why the 4 and the 2 have come up, because the 4 is about the changes that are happening around you. They could be hard to experience because generally we're so used to our comfort zones that's where we get stuck. We get stuck in our comfort zone and we do not want to come out of our comfort zones. We're like, yeah, but everything's all right. I'm all right. Because we're worried about where it is that we're going, where we're being moved to. But you are being asked to trust where you're being moved to, trust in the actions that you will need to take or that you have taken, and know that the universe is with you while you're taking these steps. Know that the universe is creating it for you while you're taking these steps. And know that it's really important to let go of things that no longer serve you, because your world is changing around you. And if you're trying to hold on to things that no longer serve you, you're not allowing the new things to come in. You're holding on to things that keep you in a low vibration. And in being in that low vibration, you're resistant to the things you've asked for that are coming into your world, but you're not giving it the space to come into your world. So it's really important to pay attention to what's going on around you so that you can focus on the amazingly beautiful things that are all around you and the universe speaking to you. Pay attention to your thoughts, keeping them positive, keeping your energy high. So when you're hearing, but that's going to fail, I'm not good enough to do that, but it's just, I know it's not going to work. So what's the point of even doing it? You don't know it's not going to work. You have so much support here. You definitely do not know that it's going to work. Have the belief, have the knowing that you were here to shine your light and to shine love. That's your biggest kind of journey for you, to shine. You are somebody that is like the cheerleader for other people. You're a supporter, you're a motivational person for other people. You at this moment, you have to give that to yourself. Give it to yourself so that you're able to come out of this energy where you are at the moment this week and get into this beautiful energy of embracing who you actually are, because who you are is this just a beautiful, amazing person that deserves so much of everything. There is, you're limitless. You're limitless, and you deserve all you get, and the universe is giving it to you. So be open to it giving it to you. Be open to raising your vibrations and matching the vibration of alignment that you need to be in to receive everything that you've asked for, and let go of everything that does no longer serve you. I hope this helps group one. If you could please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button so that you're able to receive new uploaded videos. And I will see you next week. Keep shining, group one. Keep shining. See you next week. Take care. Bye. So group two. Let's see what you have to work on for this week. May this reading be for the highest good of group two. May you receive the information you need, and may you be open to receiving it. What am I doing? Creator, how to pick. Right at the very beginning of this live, I have the 3 piles. You're probably not going to be able to see it until I finish the live. You'll have 3 piles, and then you'll be able to pick a pile. Group 2. You want 1 card. Whoop. Oh, we got 3, I think. 4. These 2 come out. I'm going to take these 2. They came out first. So, group 2. Let's see what we have. Group 2, we have the clownfish on the defensive. The clownfish is all about, so what energy do you need to work on this week? The energy that you need to work on this week is going to be your ego of defense. The ego of defense is the part of you that feels victimized. It feels that it's being attacked. Even without it being attacked, it feels attacked. If somebody says, I really love my new haircut. It's got nothing to do with you. No, I'm just giving a really random example. Oh, I really love my new haircut. I really love this top I'm wearing. You could interpret that as your hair doesn't look nice, or you could interpret as they're showing off and they don't like my clothes and I don't look good and they don't think I look good. They're not saying anything at all about you, but it's how you're perceiving the information. And at this moment, you will be perceiving lots of information that's going on around you in this kind of attack way. And you will feel the need to defend that with everything that you have. So it means that there's going to be lots of conflicts and lots of drama and frustrations or irritations around you this week, unless you work on the ego of defense. How do you work on the ego of defense? The ego of defense, you work on it by not taking things personally, literally. That is the best way to deal with the ego of defense. Do not take anything personally, because what we believe is against us it's most of the time what we think is going on in somebody else's mind. It's not. It's what's going on in our mind. It's how we feel about the situation, not how somebody else feels. So it's really important for you to pay attention to your thoughts and, most importantly, to your reactions. Because in becoming aware of your thoughts, you can become aware of your reactions. And it means that you then move forward without reacting, but you have to become aware of it. And to become aware of it, we have to be paying attention. It can't just be that you're in the ego of defense and you're just reacting, because then you're going to get lost in your reactions and not really pay attention to how you're reacting. Well, you might, but then what will happen is you will pay attention to how you've reacted after, maybe in some self-reflection. And at that point, you might start telling yourself, I shouldn't have acted like that. I was really bad. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know why I can't be nice. I don't know why I have to be horrible to people. So then you come out of ego of defense and you get into the moralistic ego, or the inner bully, And the inner bully, you've come out of attacking everybody else and now you're attacking yourself. So either one is not good. It's not good. The fish is all about creativity. So this week, if you opened yourself up and allowed yourself to stop taking things personally and allowed yourself to really pay attention to what you're feeling inside and not taking things personally, you would have this amazingly creative week. An amazingly creative week that you would be able to move forward feeling good, because a fish to me is all about creativity, fertility. If you were wanting a child, this is an amazing time to have it. If you wanted to start a new business or have an idea, it's an amazing time to have it, because you've got a fish that is all about that. The thing that you need to pay attention to this week, though, energetically wise, is your taking things personally, because this is when we start attacking other people, when we do take things personally and we feel that they have attacked us, so we feel we need to attack back. But when you pay attention to not taking things personally, you will realize so much more that actually people are not attacking you. It is just your own mind that's really attacking. Yeah. The Chihuahua. Who are you? This makes so much sense. So who are you? The Chihuahua is all about, you can see it's got lots of question marks on him. It's all about who you believe yourself to be. So, like I said, this, you could have somebody come and they say to you, oh, I really love my hairstyle. I really love it. And you could take it as, you're telling me that mine is rubbish. Who are you? If you looked at yourself this morning when you got ready and you thought you looked amazing, why should anything in your day change that? If you wake up in the morning and somebody says to you, you look really funny, or you're really stupid, what's wrong with you? Why are you being like that? And you know that you're not stupid, you know that you're not being like anything, and that person is just in a really bad mood and they're projecting it onto you. Who are you? You have to know who you are, because if you don't know who you are, that's when you get back to taking things personally. And then once you've taken it personally, the inner bully wants to start as well. So it's not just in attack mode outside, but attack mode towards yourself. When you know who you are, it doesn't really matter what other people say around you, because you know who you are. If somebody calls you stupid, if they call you ugly, if they call you whatever has the potential to make you feel low, as long as you know who you are and you believe in yourself, it doesn't matter what other people think about that. And it's not being egotistical, it's just knowing yourself enough to love yourself. There's a lack of that here, loving yourself. It's really important to love yourself and to kind of feed yourself what you need to be able to grow. What happens in this kind of energy is that you're not giving the love to yourself. And when you're not giving love to yourself, constantly you will feel tense, constantly you'll feel attacked, and constantly you will feel like you're not good enough. Similar to the Jack in pile one. There's a lot of kind of low vibration this week, lower vibrations of kind of really knowing who you are and connecting to yourself and really coming out of yourself to believe in what you're doing, in who you are. A really good tool for who are you is to write it down. Who am I? And answer. Don't think, just write, because you will have lots of answers come to your mind, but just write. Just write the answers. You may not agree with the answer, but that's because there are different parts of us. Already here, there are different parts of us. Who are you is really the inner bully, is the part of you that doesn't want to believe that it's good enough. And on a defense is the ego of defense. So that's the part of you that believes that it's being attacked by everybody else. As long as you're in this energy, you're going to be getting answers. So if you write, who am I? I've done this quite a few times, this exercise. And when I first did it, what I read at the end of it, because I didn't read it as I was going along, I just wrote what came to my head very quickly, because it does come quickly. A few times, the first time I did it, I wanted to lie to myself and didn't want to write the answer that came to my mind. And I was like, but who am I lying to? If I can't even write the answer, then how am I ever going to find out who I am when I'm willing to find out who I am, because I don't even want to write it down. It's like by writing it down, you make it definite. And I didn't want to make it definite, but part of me believed what I didn't want to write down. Or the ego of defense, what that part of you will do, for me, it comes out as kind of like this teenager, and it feels like I'm crossing my arms and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And it gets really aggressive, and it just does not want to be part of what I'm doing. So what I did was, okay, in saying I don't know, I recognize that part of my ego. I recognize it's the ego of defense. So I know that the ego of defense has a problem with this question. It took me doing this a few times to recognize the different parts of myself and understanding which parts of myself they were. But in doing the exercise, I learned who them different parts of myself are. Who are you? That's what I learned, who I am. I learned how my inner body speaks to me, how it thinks. I learned how my ego of defense thinks and feels about me, feels about other people. And I learned how my soul thinks and what it thinks about me and what it thinks about everybody else. And in knowing which part of yourself you're working from, you're able to move forward, knowing more clearly what you like and what you don't like. And when we know what we like and what we don't like, it's really easy to move forward, because the ego will hold on to the parts that you do like. It doesn't like the things that you don't like. So it holds on to the things that you do like. So just keep giving yourself the things that you do like. That's how you get to knowing who you are, feeling amazing about who you are, and being able to move forward, walking forward, feeling that you're growing, because you're always moving towards what makes you feel good. If it doesn't make you feel good and it's saying, I don't know, then that isn't a good energy. It's a low vibrational energy, and it makes you feel low. It makes you feel irritated with yourself because you don't want to answer. But instead of feeling irritated with yourself, once you've finished the exercise the first time, you know, if you're saying, I don't know, I don't like it, I don't want to do this, that it's coming from the ego of defense. And as long as you know that it's coming from this place, start talking to that part of you, offering it love and kindness and compassion, because that part of you is in pain. That part of you has had some form of trauma of not feeling good about itself, or some people really hurting you and letting you down. And that part of you is just very emotional and holding on to these emotions. So work with that part of yourself and let it know that that's over. We're not there anymore, and we've grown, and we can move forward together, and I love you, and I am here for you, and you do not need to worry, because I will never let anything happen to you again. And just offer it what it needs to be able to get that emotional maturity, because at the moment it's in a maturity that is kind of like a child's maturity, that even a child lets go, doesn't it? So it's not really a child's mentality, but a mentality of not being able to let go of something because it's too painful and holding on to things that no longer serve you. It allows you to work with that part of yourself and overcome that part of yourself. So what do you need to work? What do you need to work for your energy this week? What to pay attention to this week? Pay attention to your reactions. This tool would be a really good one for you. Who are you? Write down who am I, and just allow the conversation to flow. Like I said, when you finish the exercise, read what you've written and start understanding who you are and the different parts of yourself, and not to take things personally. I hope that this helps group 2. This is really beautiful. It's a really, really powerful message for you. Really, really powerful message. And what it's trying to do is help you to acknowledge the ego within yourself. So, yeah, hope it helps you for this week. And if you could please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button to receive new uploaded videos. And I will be back with you next week. If you need any help or support during this week to help you come out of this, because this is difficult, please feel free to contact me and send a message, and I will respond to you, because this is hard work. When you feel that you're alone, you're not alone because you have the universe helping you. But when you feel like you're alone, this is hard work, and I am here to help. So please feel free to contact me, because I want to help. I am here to help. Week 2, take care. Week 2, pile 2, take care. Right. Pile 3. We've got the calabash messages in pile 3. So what do you need to pay attention to energetically? Let's see. Let's see. So this week, what you will need to work on, I can't see if you could see it. I can't see. The white-tailed eagle, the perfectionista. I've written that one in Spanish because I like it better in Spanish. I like perfectionista better than perfectionist. Yeah, it's the same thing, but whatever. The white-tailed eagle, the perfectionista. The perfectionista is all about you being a perfectionist. When we're a perfectionist, it's generally because we've come from a place that we were made to feel not very good. People criticized you a lot. And in them criticisms, you started holding on to them, and they became part of your mantra of, I am not good enough and I need to do this the best that I can do it. But the problem is that as a perfectionist, you are going to be somebody that never feels that you've done good enough. It doesn't matter what you do, how good you do it, how many people tell you that it is absolutely amazing. You will never believe that when you're in the lower vibration of the perfectionista. It's impossible to believe it, because as long as you believe that you need to be perfection, because you are already perfection. So as long as you believe that, or you have the belief that what you're doing is not perfection, it means that you do not believe that you are perfection. And as long as you don't believe that you are perfection, it means that you will hold on to these emotions that were built up in you, that you were young. You were young at the time of being criticized frequently, and you're still holding on to these emotions. It's really important to let them go now and to really connect with who you are now as a person. Because when the perfectionist comes out, it makes me think of the Jack. Pawan got the Jack, I think. It makes me think of the Jack, and the Jack is somebody that really struggles to believe in themselves, really struggles to know who they are. This is kind of merging into one, and to know who you are, believe in who you are, like the eagle, white-tailed eagle. I mean, an eagle is an eagle. It's one of the most beautiful birds. No, it's a super strong bird. It's powerful. It knows what it wants. It goes after what it wants. It has no doubt in what it wants. It is just this kind of superpower, a white-tailed eagle. You are that superpower. The only problem with you is you just don't believe that that's what you are. And the thing is, like, even if let's say you did a course and you did the best that you could do in the course, let's say you got an A plus even, you will still believe that you could have done better. And it's like, how could you have done better? How is that possible? It's impossible to get better than that. But you will still believe, but I could have done better. I should have done better. I'm just not good enough. And as long as you keep being that inner bully to yourself, of giving yourself that dialogue, that record playing over and over and over again, it's really difficult to get out of this energy. So for this week, group 3, pile 3, it's really important to pay attention to what you're hearing. Pay attention to what your inner bully is telling you. And it's for you. You have this choice. It's not everything that you hear that you have to give attention to. It's like, if someone's just around you and they're just talking and talking and talking, but what they're really talking about, you don't actually have interest in. At some point, you're able to kind of switch it off and just, it's kind of background. You don't have to pay that much attention to it. And that's exactly the same with your own inner voices. You don't have to give them that much of your attention. It can tell you something, and you either choose to accept what it's telling you or you don't. If you don't choose to accept what it's telling you, let it go. Let it be like the breeze passing through, and then another thought will come, and you have the choice again whether you go into that thought or whether you don't. But you always have that choice. And don't ever feel that you don't have a choice and that your brain is more powerful than you, or your mind is more powerful than you, because it is not more powerful than you. You are more powerful than any part of this physical being that we inhabit, because you're a soul. The hippopotamus, lessons of life. Oh, wow. All right. You've got 2 animals, and so it makes me feel that you're an animal person, definitely. It also makes me feel that you are having a big lesson at the moment, and it feels like a lesson that you have continuously had. It's been one of those cycles for you, that it's a lesson that keeps coming back up, And I'm going to give you an example, because it just feels really relevant to this at the moment. I'm going to give you an example. One of the things that I'm a perfectionist about, I have been a perfectionist about, is my relationships. I want all of my relationships to feel beautiful. And if they don't, it makes me feel really hurt. And I'm just like, I'm always struggling to try and make it perfect. And it's not just up to me to make a relationship perfect. A relationship is 2 people. So certain relationships I've struggled with for a really long time, because I want them to be perfect. I don't want the conflict. I don't want the drama. I don't want the battles that can go with certain relationships. And recently, it just came to me a lesson of life that, well, actually, it's in acknowledging the relationships that creates the perfection. It's not having a perfect relationship, because each relationship is perfect. It's giving you a lesson of life in itself. So what I consider to be perfect, which is, you're doing my fingers like that, what I consider to be perfect is that it doesn't cause any problem, and that it is all smooth sailing and it feels so beautiful. That's my idea of perfect, but that isn't perfect. The lessons of life give us all kinds of different relationships. And it's in finding the relationships that we feel good about and that do help us to feel good and that make us feel like we are moving forward. It's in finding them relationships and acknowledging that, okay, that relationship feels good, but that relationship doesn't feel good. So letting go of the relationship, letting go of the fact that it doesn't feel good, and just accepting it to be what it is. And then you have the choice again. There's a lot of choices. I feel that you feel like you're in a box and that it all feels quite claustrophobic for you at the moment. But in reality, there's always a choice. You either choose to stay in that box of remaining how things are, or you choose to come out of that box and do things differently. Now, the perfectionista wants everything to be perfect in their mind of how they consider it to be perfect. But like I said, life is perfection. It is perfection. So in every relationship we have, we have the choice of, well, it's not really the choice. We have the gift of understanding what each relationship brings to us and moving forward with that relationship in which way feels more fulfilling to us, because it's not even about right or wrong, it's just more fulfilling. So if you have a relationship that you're struggling with, it's not on continuously, but I'm not good enough because I keep having this relationship that I'm just struggling with. And why do we keep getting battles? And why? Instead of having that kind of mindset, it's in, okay, so this relationship is a battle. And why is that battle here? This relationship is teaching me that either I need to give myself space from the relationship, so not spend so much time with that person, or to let that person go, because there are some people that are like leaves on a tree that in the autumn they need to come off the tree. They have to fall off the tree. So you have to let them go, not try to hold on. It could also be within relationships, not just about letting go, as in you need to let them go in a physical way, but let them go to allow them to find their own lessons of life, to allow them to experience rather than dictating how they need to live their life. Because as a perfectionista, it means that you like control to quite a degree. And as long as you need that control, we struggle sometimes to allow other people to learn their lessons because we feel that we know and we don't want them to experience the same experiences that we might have. So we try to dictate the lessons of life to them, and that's impossible as well. So there's a lot of lessons going on around you. And I do feel, I keep talking about relationships, and I do feel that it has a lot to do with relationships with you. I just thought of something else as well. I remember watching something at some point, and it was like, it was about animals. It was about the hippopotamus, actually. And it showed the hippopotamus, and we're generally taught that they are quite solitary animals. They don't mingle very much. And there was one program I watched, and in the day, they don't mingle very much. But in the evenings, they become a community. So it's kind of like that for you. You have it. I feel that you feel very removed or disconnected from people generally, but it's in this community, it's in becoming a community, becoming something more than just yourself, becoming part of everything that's around you, and really understanding it as it's happening rather than feeling that you have to kind of control the things that are happening around you. Become the bystander and watch the things that are happening around you instead, and learn from watching rather than feeling the need to control. It's a song from Bobby McFerrin. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't worry. Ooh, be happy. Ooh, don't worry, be happy now. That's it. The perfectionist is a warrior. It is a warrior. It worries about everything because it doesn't believe that it's doing anything well. So it is a warrior, and you're being asked to stop worrying. Don't worry, be happy. Look at the lessons of life, acknowledge the lessons of life, move forward, being the observer, so that you can disconnect yourself from that control that you feel that you need at the moment, because it is feeling quite strong, and allow yourself to let go of that worry. And to in letting go of that worry, you do become happy because you're not holding on to anything that is causing you stress, that is causing you anxiety, that is causing you panic. This is really beautiful. Yeah, group 3. So what do you need to work on energetically this week? I feel for you it's paying attention to the control that you feel that you need to make things perfect, and really question that part of you, because it's like, if the objective is not fulfilled in the way that you want it to be fulfilled, you don't feel you've done a good enough job. But the objective is not the most important part of life. The lessons, the lessons of life are the most important part of life. The lessons on the journey are the most important part of life, because that's where you'll find happiness. If you're focusing on the objective, especially as a perfectionist, you will never feel that you've done that good. So the objective to you is never really fulfilled. So where do you find your happiness? Where can you find it if you're not finding it on the journey to get to the objective, and then the objective you're not happy with because you haven't fulfilled it in the way that you wanted to? Where is your happiness? How do you create that happiness in your life? So it's really important for you to pay attention to the journey, and allowing the journey to be your happiness, allowing your journey to be where you find your happiness, where you connect to all that is going well, the breadcrumbs along the way. Yeah, I hope this helps, group 3, and I wish you a wonderful week, and take care of yourself. If you could please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button, and then you're open to receive new uploaded videos. Please feel free to leave comments, because I love interacting. I love helping. I love responding to people and the comments that you have. And it's just what I'm meant to do in life, part of my journey. So yeah, please feel free to contact me. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week. Take care of yourselves. Bye.